everyone, I'm Savannah and this is Uniscent. We are all about fragrances. We do fragrance reviews, hauls, comparisons, collections, niche, designer, and Middle Eastern fragrances. So today we're going to be taking a look at Voux Patisserie by Emir. This fragrance is new to my collection and boy, do I have some thoughts on it. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing and turn post notifications on. Let's jump in. So firstly, let's take a look at the packaging. It's nothing special. It's just a normal box. Mine was a little bit dinged up in transit, so mine just has a few creases. But I'm not too concerned because the box is nothing special. So this is the bottle. I quite like the bottle. It's got a velvety kind of texture, which is quite nice. I like the shape of the bottle, and the color is a little bit odd to me. It's not my favorite color, so I actually am hiding it in my collection because it doesn't suit the rest of the colors in my collection. So unfortunately, I've got to hide this one a little bit. But I do like the bottle. I think it's unique, and I think it's a nice bottle. So if we get into the notes, in the top we have tangerine, cardamom, and saffron. In the mid we have rose and apple. And in the base we have vanilla and sandalwood. So first and foremost, this is a spicy gourmand fragrance. So I'm going to give a very personal opinion on this fragrance, so please keep that in mind. And honestly, the opening kind of makes me gag a little bit. It's very, very sour on my skin, which is why I'm not wearing it on my skin now. It goes super sour on my skin, but I think there's an aspect of skin chemistry and also just the actual scent of the fragrance. And unfortunately, it actually just puts me off the whole scent. Under the sourness, though, there is a baked confectionery aspect to it. But for me, I can't really get over the sourness, so it kind of overpowers everything else in the fragrance. But I'm going to try be as objective as possible, so I give it a fair review. So just bear with me. So there's definitely a strong spiciness to this fragrance from the cardamom and the saffron. It is quite spicy. And I think the sourness is actually coming from the tangerine. It is very sour, but it does settle a little bit as the fragrance dries down, but it doesn't go away completely. So that sourness is there. So right at the end of the dry down, I get a creaminess that pulls through, which I assume comes from the sandalwood. It's nice, but it still doesn't make the fragrance for me, but it is a nice aspect. There's also a sweetness that comes from the vanilla, which is quite nice. But again, everything else is just overpowered by the sourness for me. I would say this is an autumn and a winter fragrance. I don't think it'll suit summer or spring just because of how sour it is and how super, super sweet it is, as well as how spicy it is. I think all of those components won't really work in summer or spring. It'll just be overpowering and cloying. So when it comes to performance on this fragrance, the performance is average. You get about 5 hours on longevity and you get moderate projection. So I think because of the initial experience I had with this fragrance in the opening, I am struggling to think of a situation that the fragrance will most excel in. It's just I can't think of any situation that I would wear this fragrance. So for me, it's not a recommendation. I don't recommend this. But if you are into super sweet but quite sour and spicy fragrances, then maybe take a look at this one. But definitely try it before you buy it. And just be aware that it is, to me at least, it is very polarizing. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. And there's kind of no in between. But unfortunately, I just sit on the negative end of the scale, unfortunately. But, sometimes some fragrances work for you and others don't. It may just be that it goes sour on my skin. So one last thing, I would say that it is definitely not blind buy safe. So as I've said numerous times now, try it before you buy it. So that's it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you found it helpful, please click that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And please let me know your thoughts on this fragrance. Do you disagree with me? Do you really like this fragrance? I'd really like to hear from you. Drop a comment down below. I'll see you next time. Bye!